Hello, and you're watching News 9 Digital's Facebook Live with me, Deepak. And today I will be speaking about how youth can also can also be the driving force of a nation and can also, increase the risk factor of COVID-19. Well, as we all know, it is a well-known fact that youth of any country is a great asset, and they are indeed the future of the country and represent it at every single level. So the role of youths in nation building is more important than you might think. So the role of youths in nation building, like I said, is very important. But what happened in Finland a few days ago has certainly raised eyebrows. Well, Finland is one of the countries to have eased the lockdown measures, and last week dozens of people queued shoulder to shoulder waiting to get into a nightclub in Helsinki. So these bizarre scenes were witnessed outside the nightclub in Finland, and the so-called youths, who a few moments ago I referred to as building blocks of a nation, blatantly went out to clubs to party as soon as the relaxations were announced. And the urge to go out to parties during the pandemic has certainly been growing among the youths across the nation, across the world as well. So with Finland announcing the lockdown, easing the lockdown measures, these youths thought they could hit the clubs like they used to before the pandemic. Well, probably they forgot the fact that COVID-19 is still lurking out there. And in fact, the World Health Organization has also warned and urged the young people to fight their urge to go out to parties and other social gatherings in order to prevent and curb the spread of COVID-19. So countries around the world, even those which had the virus relatively under control, have seen COVID cases surge in nightlife, hotspots, bars or other areas where young people like to gather. And this is especially true in the northern hemisphere as the summer season has begun. And young people are tired of the lockdown and are now waiting to enjoy their holiday season. But the World Health Organization's emergencies chief Mike Ryan and World Health Organization epidemiologist Maria Van Kerkhove has said that young people need to play a role in helping to slow or stop the spread of COVID-19. Like the World Health Organization's emergencies chief said in a quote, the young people must take the onus upon themselves and ask themselves whether they want to attend the party and if they really have to be there. Well, for those who have forgotten, the virus transmits in clusters and it likes people that come together. And joining me on the phone line is Ronald, who is a well-known party organizer in Bengaluru. So welcome, Ronald. Thank you for joining us on this live interaction on Facebook and YouTube as well. So a couple of days back in Finland, a lot of youths, gathered outside a pub to attend a party. So do you think at this point in time, when there is already confirmation that community transmission has already started, do you think that youth should come out and, attend social gatherings, Ronald?
Hi, Deepak. Firstly, thanks for having me over on this live news chat. Well, yeah, to answer to that question, right now, everybody seems to be super frustrated. And then this lockdown from, say, March 22nd until now has literally put a lot of us into a pressurized mode wherein people are just wanting to get out and just do what they used to do before this pandemic. So, yes, there are a lot of people who want to come out on the streets and get back into the party life like the way they were. But there are a good chunk of people who are fearing this aspect of the coronavirus, spreading across virally if they happen to come and club like the way they used to. So having said that, there is a good amount of 60% of the population that I know who are very ready to get out and get back into the party life.
So also, Ronald, now that, people are getting out, relaxations have been announced, Chief Minister has said there wouldn't be any lockdown. Social gatherings are also set to increase in the coming days. And in US, if I have to give you an example, a group of students, organized a party and they also pitted a prize pool amount. And they said that the person who gets infected by COVID-19 first in the party would, get the prize amount. So what do you think? What do you think is running in the minds of these youth when I just clearly said a few moments back that they are an asset to a country, but these
Absolutely.
youth clearly show that they are only increasing the risk of COVID-19 spread. So what do you have to say about this incident?
Well, it's a very, very daring concept, something, something super new and innovative. Of course, what happens at that side of the world might not be a success if we have to go ahead and organize something like that, because there is more fear-driven amongst the youth as well as the people who are a little older who are still a party popper. But then, yeah, there is. From my perspective, I feel that a concept like that, if if driven here, or other youths coming out and just jumping in and just ready to go ahead and party, will not be a successful thing from my point. Once again, what happens that side is it's a little different, and the youths over there are much more daring, is what I can say, when compared to the ones that are over here.
Also, Ronald, our culture has been evolving from the Western culture, because we have been copying stuff from the Western. So
Very
now,
true.
do you think that these events could also induce people in Southeast Asian countries to organize such events and, create havoc in the already panic-stricken world?
Well, well, we, me and a partner of mine, Raymond, so we were looking on organizing events in a different manner rather than giving it a risk factor. So right now, everybody who wants to go out, especially the youth, and want to party as much as they want to, they also have that on their mind that they don't want to go ahead and risk it all as well. So there are different safety modes that we were looking into. If once we get the nod from the officials, like a drive-in concert, like a drive-in party, which I guess it's already started
Across the
from the
world.
western side of it. So yeah, those are the things that we are looking at. And now that IPL is around the corner, we were trying to mix match a tint of party as well as the match through a drive-in concept.
Right.
At
And
the end of it, we as party organizer are equally responsible for the safety of the party hoppers and our guests. So we will definitely look into those lines in terms of giving that safety measure at the end of it, and also give the entertainment feel. So it is a mix of everything. Now that the pandemic has put a lot of fear into the youths and the adults, we are looking in terms of having a proper safety measures and give them the confidence that yes, you can come and party, but then we will be one of those who will give you umpteen number of safety through driving concepts.
also, Ronald, now the party scene has been hit hard in Bengaluru, and the pubs are closed down, and people are eagerly waiting to get out and step into a party place. So, but do you think that this is the right time to organize parties, and what is your message to all those youths who are not able to control their urge to party?
Well, right now, the numbers in Bangalore, I keep a tab on that. It's very high. We would like to mellow it and ensure that if the curve flattens by itself, nothing like it. And then right now the industry is hit very, very badly. The artists, our party organizers, the clubs, and the people in this industry have lost a lot of job, and many of the clubs have gone ahead and shut as well, is because of this period. But yeah, so looking at the factor of the rise with the COVID right now in Bangalore, all of us are waiting for it to flatten. And once it flattens, I see that at least in the next 1 month that we are all good to go. Party like the way, of course, not party like the way we used to, but like I said, going back to the point with all the safety measures. So yes, we will want the guests to come back like the way they used to, and we'll give them a lot of promising factors about the safety, and at the end of it, still entertained.
Also, Ronald, my final question is, the youth also play an important role in fighting COVID-19, as we all know that the vulnerable ones are the old ones. So now, in
Absolutely.
order to educate and enlighten the youths, what is your message to this particular category of people?
Well, I would say don't fear. Don't. Well, there has to be fear, but fear cannot become your life. So go ahead. Fortune favors the brave. Go ahead and do what you have to do, especially the youth. At the end of it, we all run for our bread and butter. Okay. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's all been stopped for the many. So we can't keep COVID on our head and stop everything else. So we can put it aside and learn how to live with what, like the way government is put across. Yes, everything's open. I love the factor that Bangalore's so open and positive about bringing back life, and that's firstly a beautiful thing from the government side, that we are not fearing it. We are learning how to live with it. So likewise, it's the message to everybody else. Let's live with it and ensure that we also are safe enough in living amongst the society and keeping it all safe.
Well, thank you, Ronald, for joining us with all those inputs, and also thank you for that small piece of advice that you gave. And meanwhile, in a recent report dated August 5th, the world saw a threefold rise in COVID-19 cases among youth people over the last 5 months. So the World Health Organization reports that 15% of the 6 million cases that emerged between late February and mid-July were in people between 15 and 24 years old. So before late February, that number was just 4.5%. And although young people have a better immune system, young people can be infected, young people can die, and young people can transmit the virus to others. So health experts say that young people tend to be less likely to wear masks and ignore social distancing as well. So there are also more likely to go to their jobs, to the beach, a bar or a shopping complex. So what's the urgency to party right now or attend social gatherings at a time when we need social distancing? Well, the Spanish flu, which wiped out close to 50 million people, came to an end, and so will COVID-19. So in a world where nothing is permanent, even COVID-19 will meet its very end. And we commend the healthcare workers, on the other hand, who are out there working tirelessly to save lives and also ensure that we are safe. So the youths must wake up, take the situation seriously, be cautious, as COVID-19 doesn't discriminate between the old and young. And along with that, it is not about your urge to go out partying, but it's also about the safety of the people who are staying at home, maybe your loved ones or your parents, or you have roommates staying with you. So you wouldn't want to risk their lives by attending a party. And even if one COVID-19 patient is present in that party, then the situation could probably go out of control and the numbers could probably go higher than the expected numbers. So in order to avoid such a risk, all I would like to say to the youth is to stay safe and also to follow all the safety and precautionary measures. Thank you for watching this live interaction. Until next time, see you guys.